Gentlemen, I must ask you something direct and personal. How many times, perhaps more times than you can count, have you been told that magnesium is the singular magic supplement? The one answer for energy, the key to better sleep, and even the solution for performance in the bedroom. For many, many years, men have been consistently sold the idea that magnesium is the definitive answer to these concerns. But today, I am here to tell you that this very common advice may, in fact, be the very thing that is keeping you stuck in a cycle of frustration. Before we begin today's essential discussion, please take one moment to support our channel. Go ahead and click that like button, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our future science-based strategies for men over 50. Now, let us begin. Let me be clear, magnesium certainly has its place. It is known to support muscles and to aid in relaxation. However, when we are discussing the specific goal of restoring firmness, of rebuilding stamina, and of reclaiming that strong, undeniable sense of manhood that you may have thought was gone forever, magnesium is simply not the answer. In fact, for some men, the act of taking magnesium at night may actively make things worse. It has the potential to blunt the precise, delicate hormone rhythms that your body absolutely needs to restore testosterone and optimize circulation while you are asleep. This creates a frustrating paradox. You could be doing what you believe is the right thing, taking the supplement everyone recommends, but you are using the wrong tool for the job. And as a result, you are left wondering why nothing ever changes. The truth of the matter is both simpler and far more powerful than the magnesium myth. There are two specific vitamins that you can take at night, vitamins that directly and effectively wake up your body's own natural drive. These are vitamins that can provide foundational support for hormone production, aid in restoring vital nitric oxide levels, and help bring back the reliable, lasting erections that so many men quietly fear they have lost for good. And no, I assure you, this is not hype. This is physiology. This is a description of how your body is fundamentally designed to work, provided you give it the correct and necessary building blocks. I am Dr. Jennifer Morgan, and I am a urologist with over 25 years of clinical experience dedicated to helping men over the age of 50 restore their vitality naturally. I may not be a man myself, but I have spent decades, thousands of hours, listening to thousands of men tell me their private frustrations. I have heard about the awkward, heavy silence that falls between partners. I have listened to stories of the deep embarrassment that causes men to avoid intimacy altogether. I have seen the profound disappointment that comes from pills that did not deliver on their promises. And I have understood the quiet, internal fear that this vital part of life is, perhaps, over. Today, I can tell you with absolute and professional confidence, it does not have to be over. Weak erections are not just a bedroom problem. They are often the very first warning sign of something deeper, something more systemic. They can signal slowing circulation throughout the body. They can be a clear indicator of dropping testosterone, and they can be a sign of accelerated aging. If you choose to ignore this signal, you are not just risking intimacy. You are risking your heart, you are risking your brain, and you are risking your long-term vitality. I have seen this progression far too many times in my practice. That is precisely why this conversation is not about vanity. It is about survival. It is about dignity. It is about holding on to the essential strength that defines you as a man. And here is the part that I sincerely hope gives you a feeling of hope. I have personally seen men in their 60s, their 70s, and even in their 80s completely restore their confidence and their energy. They achieve this not through a complex or invasive procedure, but by making a simple, intelligent shift in their nighttime routine. Just 2 vitamins, when taken at the correct time, can fundamentally change the way your body responds. This change can sometimes occur within mere weeks, and for some men, they report changes within days. So, I ask you to stay with me. In this video, I will show you exactly what those vitamins are, explain precisely how they work, and detail why they can succeed, even if you have struggled with this issue for years. Most men over the age of 50 have been told the exact same story. If you feel tired, If you feel weak, or if you are restless at night, just take magnesium. The promise is that it will calm you down, it will help you sleep, and maybe, just maybe, it will improve performance. But here is the clinical reality. Magnesium does have benefits, but it does not restore testosterone, and it does not directly improve circulation in the pelvic region, which is essential for performance. As I mentioned, for some men, magnesium at night can relax the nervous system too much, interfering with the critical hormone pulses that build strength and manhood while you sleep. To understand the solution, we must first step back and look at what truly drives firmness, stamina, and vitality. Erections are not random events. They are a precise, complex system of chemistry and mechanics. For this system to work, blood must be able to rush into the erectile tissue. Nerves must send sharp, clear signals. And hormones must create the foundational drive that makes it all possible. When all those pieces work together in harmony, erections feel firm, sensitivity is sharp, and climax is powerful. When they fail, everything feels flat. This system rests on 3 pillars. The first pillar is circulation. Without strong, robust blood flow, nothing else matters. There is a natural chemical messenger in your body called nitric oxide. Its job is to tell your arteries to expand, to open up. The problem is that nitric oxide levels drop as we age. Less nitric oxide means tighter arteries, which means less blood is able to enter the tissue, resulting in weaker firmness. The second pillar is hormones. Testosterone is the master hormone of male vitality. It is what fuels muscle strength, energy levels, confidence, and of course, sexual drive. But the research is clear. Testosterone drops by about 1% per year after the age of 40. By the time a man reaches his 60s or 70s, his levels may be far too low to support reliable performance. The third pillar is nerves. Your nerves are the wiring. They carry the messages from the brain to the body. Unfortunately, years of stress, alcohol, a poor diet, and various nutrient deficiencies can dull these sensitive pathways. This is the reason why many men describe their release not as powerful but as flat or muted. The wiring is still there, but the signals have become weak. This is precisely where vitamin D3 and zinc enter the picture. First, let's discuss vitamin D3. This is not just a vitamin. Biologically, it behaves much more like a hormone. It has the unique ability to lock into the very same receptors that control the production of testosterone. To put it simply, without enough vitamin D3, your body cannot trigger testosterone effectively. Zinc is the essential partner mineral. If vitamin D3 is turning the key, zinc acts like the ignition switch for hormone production. Without adequate zinc, your body cannot convert the signal into actual, usable testosterone. I remember a patient of mine named Richard. At 74 years old, he came to me and confessed he had not had a full, firm erection in over 3 years. He had, of course, tried medications, but the side effects, like headaches and frustration, left him feeling worse. We ran blood work, and it showed his vitamin D levels were extremely low, and his zinc was nearly depleted. The solution was not a powerful drug. I gave him a simple nighttime routine. Take vitamin D3 with his dinner, and take zinc right before bed. Just 6 weeks later, he returned to my office, this time with tears in his eyes. He told me, "Doctor, it worked," he said. "I thought I was finished, but I am waking up with firmness again." Not only that, but his energy was higher, his mood was brighter, and his marriage, he told me, was healing. Richard's story is not a rare exception. It is what happens, predictably, when men correct the underlying deficiencies that are silently draining their vitality. Magnesium alone will never do that. But vitamin D3 and zinc, when taken at the right time, directly support testosterone, circulation, and performance. Now, let us discuss the practical solution, the exact steps you can start tonight. The truth is, most men are not suffering from a lack of magnesium. They are suffering from a lack of vitamin D3 and zinc. These 2 nutrients are the absolute foundation for testosterone and circulation, and when you combine them correctly, the results can be dramatic. Let us start with vitamin D3. Most people think of it as a bone vitamin or perhaps an immune booster. But as I said, biologically, it works like a hormone. It locks into the receptors that control testosterone production. Without enough vitamin D3, your body's signal to make testosterone is weak. With healthy levels, your body can respond with strength. This is why men with low vitamin D3 often feel tired, lose muscle, gain belly fat, and struggle with weaker erections. The timing matters profoundly. Testosterone production peaks while you sleep, specifically in the window between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Taking vitamin D3 with your evening meal means it becomes available in your bloodstream exactly when your body is primed to rebuild hormones and restore circulation. But here is the critical catch. Vitamin D3 is fat-soluble. If you swallow it on an empty stomach, your body simply cannot absorb it well. That is why I tell my patients to take 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 with dinner. Ideally, this meal should contain healthy fats like salmon, avocado, or olive oil to ensure maximum absorption. Now, let us add zinc. If vitamin D3 is the key in the ignition, zinc is the fuel in the tank. Your brain releases a signal called luteinizing hormone, which tells your testes to make testosterone. Zinc is the vital component that allows that signal to actually trigger production. Without zinc, the message never gets through. This is why men who are zinc deficient often have low testosterone, weak erections, and low energy. The best time to take zinc is about 2 hours before bed. For most men, 15 to 30 milligrams is the sweet spot. Less than that, and you may not notice results. More than that, and it can upset your stomach or interfere with your copper levels. I generally recommend around 20 milligrams taken with a simple glass of plain water. A crucial note: do not take it with dairy, coffee, or alcohol, because all of those substances block its absorption. I had another patient, Michael, aged 68. He told me, "I feel like less of a man. His energy was gone, his erections were unreliable, and his mood was perpetually low." We started him on this exact nighttime routine: vitamin D3 with dinner, zinc before bed. Within just 3 weeks, he called my office, and he said, "Doctor, I woke up and felt like my body was mine again." His energy improved, his erections returned, and his confidence soared. His wife even teased him, asking what had gotten into him. That is the power of correcting deficiencies. It is not a gimmick, it is physiology. By now you can see how powerful vitamin D3 and zinc can be when taken correctly at night. But this is precisely where many men fail. They either take the wrong dose, they forget the critical timing, or they unknowingly mix these vitamins with other supplements that completely cancel out the benefits. Let me be perfectly clear. If you want to see lasting results, you must avoid the 3 most common mistakes. The first mistake is taking vitamin C at night. Vitamin C is an excellent supplement for immunity during the day, but at night it can interfere with your sleep quality and actually blunt your natural testosterone rhythm. Save it for the morning. The second mistake is taking B-complex vitamins at night. B vitamins are, by their nature, energizers. They rev up your nervous system. This can leave you restless, tossing and turning at the exact time when your body should be in a deep repair mode. You are accidentally pushing your body into overdrive when it should be resting. The third mistake is any supplement that contains hidden caffeine. You would be truly surprised how many energy boosters or fat-burning blends sneak caffeine into their formula. Even very small amounts of caffeine can disrupt your sleep and weaken your crucial hormone cycle. Take them during the day if you must, but never at night. Timing is not optional. It is essential. Too many men believe supplements are only about what you take, not when you take them. The truth is, the clock is just as important as the capsule. Your body has rhythms. Testosterone surges between 11 p.m. and 300 a.m. Growth hormone is released during deep sleep. Blood vessels repair themselves overnight. When you align your supplementation with those natural rhythms, you amplify your body's own power. Let me share one final story. James, age 72. He told me, with a deep sense of shame that he had not felt a true morning erection in over a decade. He was discouraged and felt less like himself. He had tried the pills, but they just gave him headaches and left him feeling disconnected. We started the nighttime vitamin protocol, vitamin D3, with dinner, zinc 2 hours before bed, and nothing else at night except water. By the 4th week, James looked at me with genuine disbelief. He said, "Doctor, I woke up and could not believe it. It felt like being 40 again." His wife later told me privately, "You gave me my husband back." We have covered a great deal of information together, so let us pull everything into a clear, simple plan you can begin this very night. The first lesson is that magnesium, while useful for some things like muscle relaxation, is not the solution for restoring firmness, stamina, and vitality. For many men, taking it at night may even interfere with the natural hormone rhythms that keep testosterone and circulation strong. The second lesson is that weak erections are not just a normal sign of aging. They are a critical signal of deeper issues: low testosterone, poor circulation, and nutrient deficiencies. When you ignore that signal, you risk more than intimacy. You risk your energy, your heart, and your long-term health. The third lesson is that 2 essential nutrients, vitamin D3 and zinc, when taken at the right time, can help restore the very systems that keep you feeling like a man. Vitamin D3 primes the hormone receptors. Zinc fuels the testosterone production. Together, they work with your body's natural nightly repair cycle to rebuild strength from the inside out. Here is the exact, step-by-step protocol to remember. 1. With your evening meal, preferably one that contains healthy fats like salmon, avocado, or olive oil, take 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3. 2. About 2 hours before bed, take 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc with plain water. 3. Do not pair the zinc with dairy, coffee, or alcohol, as these block absorption. 4. Do not take vitamin C, B vitamins, or hidden caffeine at night. Now, I want you to imagine what life could look like in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, or 3 months from now. Waking up with stronger morning energy, feeling your body respond reliably and without hesitation, experiencing intimacy without frustration or the fear of failure. That is not wishful thinking, that is physiology. I have seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s transform with this simple routine. Age is not the enemy, deficiency is. Fix the deficiency, and your body remembers how to perform. So here is my challenge to you. Commit to this for 30 days. Follow the protocol exactly. Then, pay attention. Notice the difference in your energy, your mood, your firmness, and your confidence. And please remember, this video is for education, not prescription. Your health is unique. So always, always talk with your doctor before making any changes.